Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Samuel Adebayo, here to guide you on your journey to financial freedom. Today, we're embarking on a critical endeavor, crafting a personal budget. Now, you might think, a budget? That sounds tedious, but trust me, it's an essential tool to master if you want to take control of your finances. This tutorial is your roadmap, detailing step by step how to create a budget that suits your lifestyle and goals. We'll delve into tracking income, identifying expenses, setting financial objectives, and more. By the end, you'll have a clear-cut plan to manage your money more effectively, paving the way to a secure financial future. And remember, this isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about empowering you to make informed decisions and gain peace of mind. So, are you ready to take the plunge? Stick around till the end to not miss any important details. To start, it's crucial to understand the basics of budgeting. And that's what we're going to do right now, folks. So, what is a budget? In simple terms, a budget is an estimate of income and expenditure for a set period of time. It's like a roadmap for your money, helping you to plan ahead and make financial decisions with confidence. Think of it as your personal financial GPS, guiding you towards your money goals while helping you steer clear of debt potholes. Now, why is a budget necessary? Well, without a budget, your financial life can get a little chaotic. You might find yourself asking questions like, where did all my money go? Or, why can't I save up for that dream vacation? A budget helps answer these questions by giving you a clear picture of where your money comes from, where it's going, and most importantly, how you can better manage it. Let's touch upon two key components of a budget: income and expenses. Income is the money you earn. This could be from your job, a side gig, or any other source. It's the fuel that powers your budget vehicle. On the other hand, expenses are the costs you incur. These might be fixed costs like rent or mortgage payments, or variable costs like groceries or entertainment. These are the roads and routes your budget vehicle takes. The key to successful budgeting is balancing these two elements. If your income is greater than your expenses, you're in a financial surplus and you can save or invest the extra money. But if your expenses are greater than your income, you're in a financial deficit and you'll need to find ways to cut back on spending or increase your income. Remember, a budget isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. Freedom to make informed decisions, freedom from financial stress, and freedom to achieve your money goals. Now that we've covered the basics, it's time to dive in. So, buckle up, because our next stop is tracking your income. Trust me, it's going to be an enlightening journey. The first step in creating a personal budget is to track your income. Now, what does tracking your income entail? It involves keeping a keen eye on every penny that comes into your pocket. This isn't limited to just your regular salary. It includes any additional sources of income, like bonuses, freelance work, or even that side hustle you've been working on. Consider your income as the foundation of your budget, the bedrock upon which you'll build your financial plan. Without a clear picture of your total income, you can't effectively plan how to spend, save, or invest your money. Start with your regular salary. This is the money you earn from your job, and it's likely your most significant source of income. Write down your monthly salary after taxes, also known as your net income. If your income varies from month to month, calculate your average monthly income over the past 6 months to a year for a more accurate figure. Next, let's talk bonuses. These may come once or twice a year, but they are still part of your income. Include them in your tracking, but remember, they are not guaranteed, so treat them as a pleasant surprise rather than a staple in your budget. Now, let's not forget about additional income sources. Do you have a part-time job? Do you earn money from freelance work or a small business you run on the side? Maybe you have an investment that pays dividends or a rental property that brings in regular income. Add these to your income tracking. No source of income is too small to count. In summary, tracking your income means accounting for all money coming into your life from all sources. This total income is the starting point of your budget. It's what you'll allocate towards expenses, savings, and investments. Think of it as the first piece of a puzzle. You need to know what you're working with before you can start to fit the other pieces together. And the more accurate you are in tracking your income, the more effective your budget will be. Remember, a budget begins with understanding how much money is coming in. Next, we need to identify where your money is going, your expenses. The moment you start to categorize and track your expenses, you're taking a proactive step towards financial control. Let's break down your expenses into two main categories: fixed and variable. Fixed expenses are those that remain the same every month. These include rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, insurance premiums, and loan repayments. They are easier to plan for, as they don't change from month to month. On the other hand, variable expenses fluctuate each month. Think groceries, dining out, entertainment, and personal care. These expenses can often be adjusted based on your financial situation. Now, how do we go about tracking these expenses? The simplest way is to start with your bank statements, look at your debit and credit card transactions. Are you spending more on dining out than you thought? Are those streaming subscriptions adding up? This exercise will give you a clear picture of where your money is going. Remember, no expense is too small to be included. Those daily coffees, the occasional magazine, even the parking fees, they all add up. It's these seemingly insignificant amounts that often slip through the cracks, causing our budgets to teeter off balance. Consider using budgeting apps or tools to make this process easier. These tools help you categorize your expenses, track your spending, and even set up alerts for when you're nearing your budget limit. Why is identifying your expenses so crucial? Because it's only when you know where your money is going can you make informed decisions about where it should go. You might realize you're spending more than necessary on certain categories and not enough on others. By identifying your expenses, you're laying the groundwork for financial discipline and freedom. So tally up those expenses, both big and small. Remember, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's about making conscious decisions on how you spend your hard-earned money. Knowing your expenses is equally important as knowing your income. Because at the end of the day, a budget isn't just about numbers on a page. It's about understanding your financial habits, making positive changes, and working towards a future where you're in control of your money, not the other way around. With your income and expenses in sight, it's time to set your financial goals. This is where the magic happens, where you turn your financial dreams into a reality. Let's begin with the basics. Setting financial goals is all about defining what you want to achieve with your money in a specific time frame. They can be anything from saving for a vacation, buying a new car, paying off a debt, or even investing in a retirement plan. But how exactly do you set realistic and achievable financial goals? Well, it all starts with understanding your financial situation. This is where tracking your income and identifying your expenses, as we discussed in earlier scenes, comes into play. These steps give you a clear view of your financial landscape, making it easier to set goals that align with your current situation and future aspirations. Next, you have to differentiate between your short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals are those you aim to achieve within the next year or two. They could be things like saving for a holiday, paying off a small debt, or setting aside an emergency fund. On the other hand, long-term goals require a more extended period, say 5 years or more, to fulfill. They usually involve significant financial milestones like buying a house, starting a business, or planning for retirement. Now that you've differentiated between your short-term and long-term goals, it's time to prioritize. Which goals are most important to you? Which ones align with your values and lifestyle? Prioritizing your goals will help you focus your resources effectively and increase your chances of success. Lastly, remember that your financial goals should be SMART. That is, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This approach ensures that your goals are clear, realistic, and within your reach. Setting goals will give your budget a purpose and direction. It's like setting the coordinates for your financial journey. With your goals in place, you can now move on to the next step, creating your budget. Stay tuned. You are now ready to create your budget. The process of creating a budget begins with understanding the different types of budgets that exist. There's the zero-based budget, where every dollar has a job and your income minus your outgo equals zero. This is perfect for those who need total control over their money. Then we have the envelope system, where cash for each expense category is put into separate envelopes. It's a great visual tool to control spending. The 50-30-20 budget is another popular method where 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or debt reduction. This one is great for those who want a simple, straightforward plan. The type of budget you choose depends on your personal financial situation and your financial goals. It's like picking out a pair of shoes. You need to find the right fit. Take a moment to consider your financial habits, your discipline when it comes to spending, and your current financial goals. Once you've chosen a budgeting method, the next step is to allocate your income to different expense categories. These categories usually include housing, food, transportation, health, personal, recreation, debts, and savings. Now, the allocation process isn't a one-size-fits-all scenario. It largely depends on your income, your priorities, and your financial goals. For example, if you're a fresh graduate with a hefty student loan, you might want to allocate a larger portion of your income to paying off your debt. On the other hand, if you're a mid-career professional with a stable income, you might want to allocate more to savings or investments. Remember, your budget is a living tool. It's not set in stone. You can and should make adjustments as your income, expenses, and financial goals change. In the end, the goal is not to create a perfect budget, but rather a functional one. A budget that helps you control your money rather than your money controlling you. A budget that brings you one step closer to your financial goals and ultimately financial freedom. With your budget in place, you're on your way to financial control. Creating a budget isn't a one-time event. It's a continual process. You see, in the world of personal finance, nothing is ever set in stone. Think of your budget as a living, breathing entity. It needs attention, care, and yes, occasional adjustments. The importance of regularly reviewing your budget cannot be overstated. Picture this. You've set your income, identified your expenses, established your goals, and created your budget. But then life happens. Maybe your income changes, or perhaps an unexpected expense pops up. When these changes occur, your budget should reflect them. So, how often should you review your budget? Well, a good rule of thumb is to check in at least once a month. This gives you the chance to see how your actual spending matches up with your projected spending. If you're consistently going over budget in one category, it might be time to reassess and adjust. Now, staying on track with a budget isn't always easy, especially when unexpected expenses arise. But don't be disheartened. There are plenty of strategies to help you stick to your plan. For instance, using budgeting apps can take a lot of the guesswork out of tracking your spending. These tools can alert you when you're nearing your budget limit or when an expense is out of the ordinary. Another tip is to make saving a part of your budget. If you treat savings like a monthly expense, you'll be more likely to stick to your saving goals. And remember, it's okay to adjust your savings goals as your financial situation changes. It's also crucial to keep communication lines open if you're budgeting with a partner. Regular budget meetings can help ensure you're both on the same page and can adjust the budget as needed together. Lastly, remember to be kind to yourself. No one is perfect, and budgeting is a learning process. If you go over budget 1 month, don't beat yourself up. Instead, take it as an opportunity to learn and adjust for the next month. Remember, the key to a successful budget is flexibility and regular review. It's not about perfection, but persistence and adaptation. Keep these principles in mind, and you'll be well on your way to mastering your personal finances. And there you have it, a step-by-step guide to creating a personal budget. We've journeyed together from understanding the basics of budgeting to the nitty-gritty details of tracking income, identifying expenses, setting financial goals, creating and monitoring the budget. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. We started with the basics of budgeting. Remember, budgeting is not about restricting your spending. It's about understanding your financial situation and making informed decisions. Next, we delved into tracking your income. It's essential to know where your money is coming from. Whether it's your salary, side hustle, or passive income, every penny counts. Then, we moved on to identifying your expenses. From fixed costs like rent and utilities to variable expenses like groceries and entertainment, knowing where your money goes is half the battle. Setting your financial goals was our next stop. Short-term, mid-term, or long-term, having clear goals can steer your financial ship in the right direction. Creating your budget was our penultimate step. Using the information gathered, we learned how to allocate funds to different categories, ensuring that your income covers your expenses and contributes towards your financial goals. Finally, we discussed monitoring and adjusting your budget. Your budget is not set in stone. It's a dynamic tool that should be adjusted as your financial situation evolves. Remember, budgeting is a journey, not a destination. It's a tool to enhance your financial health and freedom. It's about taking control of your money, not letting your money control you. By following these steps and adapting them to your personal situation, you'll be well on your way to a healthy financial future. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Turn on the notification bell for more financial tips from Dr. Samuel Adebayo. Until next time, keep budgeting and stay financially free.